Good evening, everyone. This is Rabbi Karen for our Monday Ma'ariv service. I thank you all for being here with me this evening as we are here with Toby, Rudolph, Reba, Ellen Friedman. Sephora is still trying to connect, Marvin, and we have people on our restream. So glad you can join us. We are on Facebook, UJUC, JSLI, Rabbi Stephen Blaine, simshalom.org, and we are on YouTube. So thank you all for being here, and we are going to begin our Ma'ariv service. Hine matovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is and how pleasant when we dwell together in unity. And now our call to praise. Baruch Hu et Adonai hamavorach. Baruch Adonai hamarach le'olam va'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to praise is due now and forever. One of my favorite times of day is watching a gorgeous sunrise or a beautiful sunset as a reminder of Adonai separating light from dark and dark from light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher b'vamro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach she'arim, u'vitbuna meshane itim u'machaliv et hazmanim, u'msader et kochavim v'mishmeroteim, barakia kirtzona. With wisdom you open gateways, with understanding you alter times, vary the seasons, and assign the stars to their watches in the sky. Borei yom v'layla, kolel or mipnei choshek b'choshek mipnei or. Umavir yom umevi layla, umavdil ben yom umevi layla. Adonai tivot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamid yom lochalenu li'olam v'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv haravim. O living and ever-enduring God, reign over us forever and ever. Blessed are you who brings on twilight. Everlasting love you offer your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. And now the prayer that states who we are, our creed, our beliefs. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Blessed be the name of his glorious kingdom forever and ever. And you shall love V'ahavta. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And all these days which I command you on this day shall be in your heart. And you shall teach them diligently to your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you rise up, and when you lie down. And you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy, holy unto your God. Okay, we'll take a little break here. Say hello to everybody. We have here on Zoom, Toby, Rudolph, Rose, Ziona, Sue, Reba, Ellen. Sephora is still having problems with audio, Marvin, and Rabbi Elias. Let's see who's in our restream. Nobody's in our restream. Andy's in our restream. Hi, Andy. I'm so glad you could join us. So we have a beautiful crowd here. Thumbs up from Reba in Japan. Rabbi Deborah is feeling better, but if she could not talk, she would prefer not to save her voice. So she put out a shout out. Oh, it's Rosa. I apologize. Hi, Rosa. So Rabbi Deborah put out a little shout if anybody could cover. And so as I cover for her, she covers for me. And that is what we all do for each other here. And Andy says hi and hugs to everybody. So, okay, so I am here again, and you'll see me tomorrow night again. And I seem to get here on the holidays, so we're going to be discussing Hanukkah but later today, okay? All right, let's go back to our service. And as Miriam and the women were walking through the Red Sea, the other miracle of Adonai, one of the miracles, they sang, Mi chamocha ba'alim Adonai, mi kamocha, nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osef eleh. Who is like you, O God, amongst the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you, awesome in splendor, majestic in holiness, working wonders?
Baby.
Your children witnessed your sovereignty, the sea splitting before Moses and Miriam. This is our God, they cried, Adonai will reign forever and ever. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praise are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Hashivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'achemidenu malkeinu l'chayim, ufrosh aleinu tzukat, shalomecha Adonai. Please protect us, watch over those in Israel. Please get the hostages back. Please let this violence end quickly so that peace may come into the area for all those who live there. You are protecting and a saving power, truly a sovereign power, gracious and compassionate are you. God, our going and our coming in life, in now and peace, and now and for all eternity. Spread us over your shelter of peace. Baruch atah Adonai haporesh sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who spread your shelter of peace over us, over your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah b'yamad divrach yerutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uv'yo omechon uv'chayedecha beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'zman kariv v'yimaru amen. Yesh mei rabbah mevorach Li'olam maya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yibar v'yiroman v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalam shmei d'kudusha b'richu le'elam mikol b'chata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amira v'yalma v'yimaru amen. This week, we're getting ready for Hanukkah. And as we prepare for Hanukkah, I'm going to tell you everything you didn't know about Hanukkah. Some Hanukkah facts that mostly come from Chabad.org. I don't want to claim their facts. Why is Hanukkah 8 nights long? The Talmud asks and answers. The sages taught on the 25th of Kislev, the days of Hanukkah are 8. One may not eulogize on them, and one may not fast on them. This is because when the Greeks entered the sanctuary, they defiled all the oils that were in the sanctuary. And when the Hashmonaean monarchy overcame them and emerged victorious, they searched and found one cruse of oil that remained with the seal of the high priest. And this was sufficient oil there to light the Chanukiah for one day. A miracle occurred. They lit it for 8 days. The next year, the sages instituted these days and made them days with the recitation of Hallel and a prayer of thanksgiving. But there's more. 7 represents all that is found within this world. 7 days of the week, 7 classical planets, 7 musical notes. In fact, the world was created in 7 days. Then there's the number 8, which represents that which is above, that which does not fit into the neat slots that hold the pieces and bits of our lives. The number 8 evokes the transcendent and godly. 8 is the number of miracles. Why must the candles be lit after dark? They must burn after dark falls, since their purpose is to bring light into the darkness. But they need to be lit early enough that someone will be around to see them. The lights need to be seen so they can serve their function of reminding others of the great miracle brought by Adonai. The silent holiday. Hanukkah is the only holiday not mentioned in the 24 books of the Bible. That's because the canon was sealed by the men of the Great Assembly, who flourished 2 centuries before the Hanukkah miracle. Nor does it have a tractate in the Talmud that discusses its observances. Instead, it gets a by-the-way mention in Tractate Shabbat. In the context of discussing Shabbat candles, the Hanukkah candles, and by extension the holiday, get their time in the Talmudic sun. Cheese. Today, there's a widespread custom to enjoy potato latkes on Hanukkah, although I'm going to make cauliflower latkes, since the oil they were fried in reminds us of the miracle of the flames of the temple menorah burning for 8 days. But there's an older custom to eat cheese pancakes on Hanukkah, which is reminiscent of the dairy and intoxicating meal that brave Judith fed the Greek general before she decapitated him in his sleep, saving her village. Apparently, cheese latkes morphed into potato latkes. Potatoes were unknown in the old world until the late 16th century, and a new custom was born. Hillel menorah. In the days of the Talmud, there were 2 major academies of learning, Hillel and Shammai, and by the way, they never agreed on anything. Hillel taught us every night of Hanukkah we add another candle, as we do today. Shammai maintained that we begin with the 8 lights on the first night and light 1 less every night, ending Hanukkah with a single flame. Tempted to try the Shammai template? The time to do that is yet to come. Tradition tells us when the Messiah comes, we will follow the rulings of House of Shammai. But until then, there's a beautiful lesson to be learned from the Hillel model. Add more light every night. Every little bit of lights add up to create something brilliant. And by the way, something that we do with our friends, they have us over for a dinner, usually 4 or 5 couples, and we all light our Chanukiah together. And it's a beautiful look to see 4 or 5 different Chanukiahs all burning. And it's a lovely tradition to do amongst friends. Who were the bad guys? Sometimes we hear it's the Greeks, the Syrians, the Hellenists in the story. So who exactly were these interlopers who were expelled by the Maccabees? All of the above. After the death of Alexander the Great, his empire was broken up. The Seleucid Greek Empire was based in Syria. The Ptolemaic Empire was based in Alexandria, Egypt. The soldiers stationed in Judea belonged to the Syrian Greeks. And who are the Hellenists and Yavanim? The very same people. Hella is the Greek word for Greeks, and Yavan is how we say it in Hebrew. And just to make it even more confusing, there were also the Hellenized Jews, or Miyavim in Hebrew, who sided with the Greeks, who were also known as the Yavanim, the Hellenists, the Syrians, and the Seleucids, all the same people. And they posed an even greater threat to the survival of traditional Jewish life. Menorahs everywhere. On the first Hanukkah, candles were lit all over the courtyard of the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. This brought the Chanukiah light from the inner sanctum of the temple to the holiest spot on earth, out in the open. As Jews continue to observe Hanukkah all over the world, the ripples of holiness continue to widen and expand. I have to tell you, one of the most exciting experiences was celebrating Hanukkah on a kibbutz. Now, normally at night, the kibbutz pathways, it's pretty dark. I mean, there's some lighting, but it's not brightly lit. Well, this is what happened. The walkways were all lit with candles. So it was the brilliance of that bright light that, the brilliance of seeing everything lit up, it was just so wonderful to see. Truly, truly, something that said, this is Hanukkah, that we really don't see too much in the U.S. Choices. Most Jewish holidays begin on only 4 out of 7 days of the week. For example, the first day of Rosh Hashanah can be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday, never Sunday, Wednesday, or Friday. However, since the month preceding Hanukkah can only have 29 or 30 days, Hanukkah can actually begin on any day of the week beside Tuesday, which I never knew. Were the Maccabees really so great? Any kid who goes to preschool can tell you that the heroes of the Hanukkah story are the Maccabees. Any kid who goes to the Hebrew school knows that. The clan who led the brave insurgency against the Greek invaders. But it's not all good. Judah Maccabee and his family were Kohanim, members of the priestly class, chosen by Adonai to minister in the Holy Temple. Judah Maccabee's successors took the kingship for themselves, something that rightfully belonged to the descendants of King David from the tribe of Judah. However, it did not take long until the monarchy of Judea was dragged down into a series of unending power grabs and bloody intrigue, with king after king trying to imitate the very same Greeks their ancestors had ousted from the land. Hanukkah in the Soviet Union. So you know that this is before it became back to Russia. For most of his life, Avraham Ganin lit the menorah in the privacy of his own home or in the synagogue. A former foot soldier in the Red Army, he lost his foot to a German bomb. But that didn't prevent him from walking to synagogue every week, an effort that took him an hour and a half. A stalwart Hasid who refused to bow to Stalin and his minions, he served bravely as a moil and a teacher of Torah, a beacon of light in this godless communist era. But then the unthinkable happened. By Hanukkah 1991, cracks had formed in the Iron Curtain, and in the presence of approximately 6,000 Jewish people, Avraham kindled a giant menorah outside the Kremlin Palace of Congresses. It was the second year that a large public menorah had been lit in the USSR. The previous years, a menorah had been placed near Russia's White House. Public menorah lightings have been a staple of Jewish Russian life ever since. Hanukkah in space. In December of 1993, Space Shuttle Endeavour was sent into space to serve as the Hubble Service Telescope. One of the astronauts to bravely perform a spacewalk to repair the telescope was Jeffrey Hoffman. Knowing he'd be stuck in space over Hanukkah, Hoffman made sure to bring along a dreidel and a traveling menorah that he was able to celebrate. Because of lack of gravity and safety concerns, there's no way to light a menorah. Thus, via live satellite communication, he showed his Hanukkah supplies, gave his dreidel a twirl in the air, and wished Jews everywhere a happy Hanukkah. Doorway or window. The most common custom outside of Israel is to light the menorah at the window. Be careful about the blinds. I almost set my plastic blinds on fire because they were in front of the plastic menorah with the hot lights. So LEDs are the way to go. In Mishnah times, however, the menorah would be placed outside on the left side of the door leading in from the street. This led to a unique law. Normally, if a person placed a candle in the street and a straw-bearing donkey brushed too close, the owner of the candle would be responsible for the ensuing fire. On Hanukkah, however, he would be exempt because he was doing a mitzvah. Why was the menorah placed on the left side of the door? Because the mezuzah is on the right side. And with the mezuzah on one side and the menorah on the other, you were literally surrounded by holiness. The most common custom outside of Israel, no, I read that. How Hanukkah went public in 3 years. The purpose of the menorah is to spread awareness to as many people as possible. This is why the menorah is also lit in the synagogue every night. But in recent years, the mitzvah of menorah has rippled out further. During Hanukkah of 1973, some Chabad yeshiva students were planning to go to Manhattan to distribute menorahs. They figured if they could put a giant menorah on top of a car, many more people would notice them and take the menorahs that they were giving out. Using wooden scraps and cinder blocks, they managed to make a large menorah and tie it down to the roof of the station wagon. The menorah turned out to be a success. By 1974, Rabbi Abraham Shem Tov had the unusual, precise, wild idea of lighting a menorah in front of the Independence Hall, which houses the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia. In 1975, on the opposite U.S. coast, Rabbi Chaim Drizin in San Francisco had made arrangements to light an oversized wooden menorah in the city's Union Square. Bill Graham, a child survivor of Holocaust and well-known music promoter, donated a 22-foot-tall mahogany menorah, and the tradition grew to its current form. In 2016, Chabad set up more than 15,000 large public menorahs. I've seen the ones in New York City. Public lightings and Hanukkah events were held in more than 90 countries around the world. Additionally, 5,000 menorah-topped vehicles roam the streets, creating holiday awareness in cities, towns, and rural areas around the world. Everything you wanted to know about Hanukkah. I hope you all learned a little something from that. Okay, let's go back. Let's see where we're up to. And now let's take a moment to listen to the prayers in our hearts and in our minds. Osei shalom b'mrumav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael, v'yimru, amen. And now we'll get ready for our Mishabera prayers. Okay. Oh, also on Restream, we have Lisa, Barbara, and Rebecca. Okay, I'm going to start Mishabera prayers with Sid and Joyce. Boomer, my cat, definitely needs your healing prayers after big surgery last week. Luna, Sammy, Robin, Lisa's daughter, Ronnie, Seal's daughter, Rabbi Allison's daughter, Hannah Bat Leola, Miriam Bat Shulamit, Carrie, daughter of Bonnie, Leslie, Mindalea Bat Chaya, Maxine, Marsha, Marlene Bat Sylvia, Bobby, George, Dean, David, Cantor Avadia, Rabbi Fratello, Samantha, Dean, Paul, Joel, Shania Ban Shlava, Sammy and Naomi, and Dorothy, Marlene, Jean, David, Bob, Kevin, Mary, Erica, L&D, all of the cancer patients who are terminally ill, and all in Israel who need healing and practice. Ziona, I'm sure there were some difficult questions about Israel. I'm sure there were. Okay, let's go to Restream. Are there any names? Any more names for Sadia and Susan Fitch, Ellen Friedman, Diane Fishman, for Sadia and his family, for Israel and the IDF, for family, friends, and members of the Jewish culture and Holocaust Remembrance Facebook group, and any Sim Shalomers who need healing for the hostages. Toby, the Smiths, and the Orzabells, Andrea Bat Mercy. Osim Shalomers, everyone in Israel and everyone who needs healing. Cindy Bat Gloria, Joanna Bat Charlene, Chava Bat Elsa, Pearl Bat Ethel. All survivors of bigotry and anti-Semitism, Islamophobia and homophobia, Eretz Israel, and hostages. Few more moments for your lists. Okay. Marvin, why don't you unmute yourself and give us your list?
Dawn Walnut, Nelson Raspoldo, Dawn Walnut's parents, my brother Howard, and myself.
Absolutely. Okay. John Ben Doris, Thomas David Ben Catherine. Okay. Another moment. Okay, let's go back to our prayers. Yishebeirach Avotenu V'chol habraha L'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishebeirach imotenu V'chol habraha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, Latet Kudula Liotse Bereshit, Shalo Wasanu Kikoye Haratzot, Vilo Samanu Kimishbakot Hadama, Shalo Sam Helkenu Kahem, Vigo Ralenu Kilho Hamanam, Vanachnu Korim, Umishachavim Umodim, Lifne Melech Mache Hamlochim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, V'neman V'aya Adonai, L'melech al kol ha'oretz, Bayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, U'shmo echad. We recall the loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died in this season and years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. The memories of all of them are with us. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we praise God and pray for the coming of his kingdom. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, b'yamad yivrach hirutei v'yamlich malhutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, b'galav azman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehesh mei rabbah mevorach li'olam mei amaya. Yit barak v'yishtabak v'yibar v'yiruman v'yinaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal. Shmei d'kudashel b'richu. V'yalam min kol b'chata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata. Damiram v'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehesh lama rabbah min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom v'rumav. Huya aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen. And may all those who are in mourning be comforted by the one who comforts all. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for letting me share this time with you on your Monday service. I will be back tomorrow for not a repeat, whole different Devar, but a repeat of being with the people who I enjoy spending my time with. So be well, be happy, stay warm, stay safe, and take care, everyone.